Sapphire 2019 features major improvements to the integrated Mocha tracking and masking tools available inside each and every Sapphire effect, and is also available separately as the S-Mocha Spark. Today I will show you how to quickly apply a Mocha mask inside one of Sapphire 2019's new S lens flare presets. We will use the preset called Anamorphic Energy, designed by our incomparable friend Ben Brownlee over at Curious Turtle, to give this shot a true and fully scalable anamorphic lens flare even J.J. Abrams would be proud of. First, I will apply my S lens flare effect using the drop-down menu or effects browser. Next, I will select my effects editor and make sure I can view the effect parameters. I will select my desired preset, Anamorphic Energy, and place my emitter where I think it looks best. And then I can hit play. Notice my lens flare doesn't respect the edges of this model as well as I would like. This is where Mocha will shine for us. I will use the Edit Mocha button here to launch the Mocha plugin directly from my host timeline. If you are viewing the footage in proxy mode, Mocha will read the timeline at whatever resolution you have it set to. Now that we have launched Mocha, you can see the Mocha interface has new spline tools for roto and masking and a whole new look and feel. Editors and artists will rejoice at the completely redesigned Mocha Essentials mode. This updated interface makes Mocha easier to learn than ever before and looks great on high-res and Retina-enabled monitors. The Mocha Essentials workspace brings the power of Mocha to novice-level users with a simplified, elegant, and easy-to-use interface. Switch to Classic View for advanced tracking when you need to. Your chosen interface will depend on how deep you need to go into Mocha. Workspaces can be switched on in the top toolbar of the interface, or found under Views, Layouts. The most important features from the classic Mocha tracking panel are now found here in this Essentials panel. This is where we define what properties we are tracking, such as transform, scale, rotation, skew, and perspective. This is also where you can start and stop your tracker. We have also added the surface and grid tools to this panel because understanding and accessing the planar surface is essential to learning Mocha. Sapphire 2019 features 4 new Mocha Spline tools for masking and rotoscoping, all created to speed up shape creation and to save time. Legacy Mocha users will know that Mocha Splines can be created with the X-Spline or Bezier tools. Simply select the tool and click around the object, right-click to close the shape, and then adjust your tangents. Splines can be tracked to follow an object's motion or simply be used for manual masking with keyframes. However, Mocha's newest Magnetic Spline tool is an edge-snapping assistant that helps users fluidly create shapes with less clicking and tangent editing. It will follow the raster edges of your subject and convert them to fully editable vector masks just like this. When the magnetism gets lost, simply click to add an anchor point and let Mocha continue tracing the edge from that point. When you are close to the end, right-click and the shape is converted to an X-spline automatically. Mocha shapes are always editable once the edges have been placed. Another new tool is the Freehand Spline tool. Sometimes you just want to draw a quick shape right under your screen. For some simple shapes, it is often faster to simply draw the spline and deal with the handles afterwards. The Freehand Spline is just that. Draw a quick, fluid shape on one frame with one gesture using your tablet or mouse, and it is converted to an X-spline for further adjustment and animation. Both the Magnetic and Freehand Spline tools have a detail parameter. Once the spline is closed, we can select the tool's detail if we want to simplify the general shape fitting with less tangents or more. So, if I am using Mocha for some quick garbage matting to assist a color grading session, I might simply use the Freehand Spline tool to define some quick mask areas. It's all about time savings. The Magnetic Spline and Freehand tools also work together, and we can actually switch between these modes while creating a single shape. This means that I can start by selecting the Magnetic Spline tool, but when I get to another similar color as the background like I do here, I can click and hold as I draw. This switches the tool from magnetism to freehand and is a very useful, organic way to work. We let the software find the edges but switch over to freehand when we hit a blurry or unclear edge. Note that if you are using the Magnetic Spline by the edge of the frame, it will automatically switch over to freehand so you can smoothly roto objects that travel off-screen. Another highly requested Mocha feature is our new simple geometric shape tools to quickly define which planar surfaces to track, useful for witness protection, for fast masks, and more. But we don't need those to complete this shot. When I rotoscope, I sometimes use the magnetic tool, and sometimes I focus on our classic X-splines, depending on the complexity of the line and how much roto I have to do. Both the magnetic and freehand tools have the Add to Layer button in the spline drop-down menu. We use this when we want to subtract or add shapes to the same layer. Where the shapes overlap, they subtract, and where the shapes are side by side, they add. Now that you know what all these tools do, let's go ahead and hit Track Forward and track our roto layers all at once. Mocha will process the track for any layer with the gear icon turned on, so be sure to turn the gear off once your track is complete, if you do not want to retrack that area. I have sped this track up so that you don't have to wait the half a minute this shot takes to process. Once our track for our roto shapes is complete, I can adjust any spline points along the edge. Since the magnetic spline only snaps when you first apply it, you may have to manually adjust edges. However, because the track is driving your roto shape and acting as your roto assistant, you should make about a third of the keyframes you would normally create and rotoscope in literally half the time that it would normally take you. And with the track driving the roto in the first place, the natural motion hides any roto sins you may have committed. Once you are satisfied with your roto, you can simply save and close Mocha. Back in your host, you can twirl the Mocha setting down in your S effect and check the Show Mocha Only button to view your mask. Uncheck this box to view your applied effect, and let's hit play and see what this looks like. I can duplicate my S lens flare effect, and the Mocha data duplicates with them right on my host timeline. So no matter where I put my new lens flare emitter, my mask edges are respected throughout my shot. Just like that, my lens flare is respecting my Mocha mask and adding a feeling of realness we didn't have without our new articulated roto. The power of Mocha can be found inside the entire Sapphire 2019 suite, so be sure to check it out and take your projects to the next level. To learn more about Sapphire 2019, visit us at borisfx.com.